What if I told you that gooning is far worse than you think? Bro, it's not just a bad habit. It's a seed that grows into something even more darker. But most people don't realize it until it's too late. Nobody is talking about this dangerous side effect, but I will. Bro, what do you think happens when you watch porn and beat your meat to it? Listen, because it's not just what you do or what you are watching that is problematic. Your own psychology is a big problem here because you are training yourself psychologically to enjoy watching the action instead of partaking in it. What do I mean by this? What I mean is that when you are watching somebody else taking the action and you're not partaking in it, you are psychologically training yourself to be a passive watcher, passive viewer of content. Because the more you keep watching, the more your brain thinks that you are a passive watcher. And it keeps training itself to be a passive watcher because you keep consuming hundreds and thousands of hours of content. So you are slowly training your subconscious mind to be a passive viewer, somebody who watches other people do the action. Does this make sense? Think about it, bro. Just think about it for a second. Because, bro, you have to understand that our brain is not made for this. This is why I am repeating what I'm saying, because you have to understand that this is a very dangerous scenario. It is, you think this is normal, but it's not. It's very dangerous because you are slowly training your subconscious mind. And think about the filth you are watching. Do you seriously want this content to brainwash you, to train you into something that you don't want to be, to turn you into a beta male cuck? Do you seriously want that for yourself? Just think about it for a second, bro. Because, bro, you have to understand, our brain is not made for the supernormal stimuli that porn provides, the supernormal stimuli that the modern world is providing us. Our ancestors didn't face any of this. Our brain is not developed, nor is it capable of fighting these things. They are made to be dangerously addictive for you. And it's not that it is dangerously addictive that is the only problem. The fact that it is literally brainwashing you, literally training your subconscious mind to change the way it thinks and the what it likes is really dangerous, bro. Do you understand? So, bro, listen. The more we consume this type of content, the more our brain thinks that we are a passive viewer. Basically, we are a cuck. So, our brain start liking watching the action instead of doing the action. Because trust me, we are not actually doing the action. It's other people doing it, and you are watching it. So we are not taking the action. So our brain start liking being a cuck. So you are training yourself literally with your own hand to be a cuck. So what do you think happens in the end? When it comes to performing with a real partner, when you get a girlfriend, wife, or a real sexual partner, what happens is that when you go to perform, you cannot perform anymore. Now, why is that? Because think about it, you have trained yourself to be a cuck, to be someone who watches other people do the deed instead of you doing it. When the time comes for you to perform, you cannot. Your body doesn't understand this new scenario. And then you start doubting yourself. You start thinking that there is something wrong with you. There is something wrong with you physically. You cannot physically perform. It's a physical problem. But trust me, bro, that's not your physical problem. You have psychologically trained yourself to be like this. You have changed your neurochemistry and neurobiology to crave watching other people do the deed instead of you doing it. And this is the end result. What did you expect, bro? Because you have conditioned your brain to be a consumer, to someone who just watches other people do it. But now when the time comes for you to perform, you cannot. Simple, bro. Because, bro, you have to understand that our brain doesn't comprehend the difference between real life and fake life. What you are watching through your phone screen or computer screen, whatever is happening in the virtual world, your brain cannot comprehend the difference between that because it thinks that it is real life as well. which is also why video games are very dangerous, because your brain gets consumed into video games so much that it doesn't realize what is real life and what is video game life. So you start obsessing over video game performance and video game achievements instead of your real life achievement. This is the same thing here. Video games and porn both is hijacking your capability to differentiate between reality and fake life, and your brain starts thinking that this is what you really are and this is what you really want. So what happens in the end? That is what you become. You become a depressed, lonely video gamer who jerks off and start goons all day long. You have trained yourself to be that guy, bro. But to be fair, our brain is not meant to fight this type of addiction. This is a very dangerous addiction, and this is a very serious addiction that requires a cure. So you are addicted, and that addiction has conditioned you to be a cuck, even if you don't want to be. Because I know, bro, if you have clicked this video, if you're watching this, you don't want to be a cuck, you don't want to be beta male, you want to be the giga chat alpha, and I know that. But how do you become one? How do you do that? So, bro, you have to be honest with me for a second here. Do you really want to keep training yourself to be a beta male cuck, or do you want to change your life for real this time? Do you literally want to destroy your own capability to perform with your own hand? I do believe that none of us really want this for ourselves, bro. Unless you disagree, and if you disagree, you can write comment and dislike this video. If you want to be a beta male cuck whose wife, I won't go into detail. I was going to go into detail, but forget about it. If you want to be that guy, good luck, bro. But if you're a real man who despises this porn addiction that is destroying the life of the young men and brainwashing them into being a beta male cucks, being filthy viewers, then I am pretty sure that you don't want this for yourself, bro. So, bro, I'm going to ask again. If we don't want ourselves to be turned into a cuck, to be trained by this vicious and filthy addiction, then what should we do? Well, the answer is obvious, to be honest. You can already guess it is. You have to quit watching these things. That's the pretty basic answer and to the point answer. But you and I know that it's not easy, because I know you are struggling for few months to few years now. And trust me, all have been there. We all have struggles with this addiction. Because if you're watching this content, I know for a fact that you don't want us brainwash ourselves to be a cuck. We don't want this media corporation and these media companies and these evil companies to take control over ourselves, to control over our life. Do you? Do you really want them to keep you enslaved with their virtual addiction? Do you really want control over your entire life to be given to these people who are ruining your life, literally brainwashing to be a weak beta male cuck? Literally. Do you really want to give them all the power in the world? Because trust me, you are the product to them. Your attention is the oil that they are looking for, and you are literally their product. And they are using your desires against you. But I think you already know that. So tell me, bro, what is stopping you from deciding to quit from today? Why are you going back to gooning, edging, and masturbation when you know that vaping is literally the worst thing you can do for yourself and your success and your achievements? And not only that, but for your actual performance with your partner in bed as well. Literally, it's a lose-lose situation for you. But if you decide to quit today and you actually focus on curing your addiction, it is literally a win-win situation for you. Do you not see this? Do you not understand that this is the best decision you can take for your life right now? Bro, you should make a vow today to yourself, not to me, not to any of us, but to yourself, that you are going to stop watching adult or pornographic content altogether and stop fapping from today. Even fapping without adult content. No fapping, no content of adult nature at all. You should bow to yourself, for your future, for your goals, success, achievement, and for your future partner. Imagine having a beautiful partner that you attracted after such a long time, after all this hard work. When the time comes for you to perform in bed, you are numb. You can't make yourself go hard because you are too much used to watching the content, watching the action happen instead of you doing the action. That your brain cannot comprehend what to do. So you psychologically give up and your partner is disappointed in you. Imagine that, just imagine that scenario. And it's already bad if you have a partner and instead of doing the deed with your partner, you are going out in the virtual world and watching this type of things. What are you doing? Don't you realize how filthy that is? Bro, do you need any more explanation? Don't you see this is it? You are done. You are done with this type of content. And you are not going to watch them from today anymore at all. Make a vow to yourself right now. For yourself, bro. Please, bro. I am telling you to do this for yourself. Just tell me, do you really want your life to improve? Do you want your life to change drastically? Do you want your life to change completely? Don't you want a better life for yourself and your partner and your family? Then what are you doing? If you have watched this far, I know that none of us will ever want to be brainwashed by this type of content again. But trust me, bro, even if you choose to quit and even if you make a vow to yourself, I know that you will feel lost and you will get the urges back again and again. And that is normal. We all have been there. We all get urges here and there. And lust is a normal part of existence. But what should you do when the urges finally hit? When you get urges to watch this type of content? Because no matter how motivated you are, no matter how disciplined you are, no matter how dedicated you are still going to get urges. That's just physiological. That's just normal reaction to quitting addiction and get taking a break from addiction. You will get urges to get the dopamine hit again. It will eventually happen. But what should you do when that happened actually? Now, how do you deal with that? I have a pretty simple explanation for you. Because as I have already said, first of all, you have to understand that lust is natural. It's not abnormal. Like having lust for a beautiful partner, want for a beautiful partner, or if you already have one, a wife or a girlfriend, and you feel attracted to her, that is totally normal, right? You understand that. If you are a normal man, finding a beautiful girl attractive and feeling lust toward her is a normal physiological and psychological phenomenon. You have to understand that bro, first. But how you choose to act on that is where the problem is. Now, lust is normal, but it is also the reason what causes the problem because you get urges from lust. Instead of approaching the beautiful girl that you see and you find attractive, instead of going up to her and asking that if she is interested in you or not, you go back to fantasizing about porn. You find the easy way out. Now, what do you do? First of all, don't try to fight your urge. Don't try to fight your lust either. And when you get urges to watch porn specifically, what you should do is you should understand the cycle of how urges work and be mindful of when the urge hit. Like you realize that you have urges. Just sit through them and don't react. Because what I am talking about is urge surfing. Because urges hit you like a wave. They start building up suddenly and they slowly build up to the peak like a mountain or a wave, and then the peak falls, so your urges get lower and lower and lower, and each cycle takes around 15 to 30 minutes. Like it's like a wave. Think of a wave. It comes up slowly, goes upward, and then reaches a peak and then falls downward. This entire cycle takes 15 to 30 minutes of time. So what that is just normal art cycle, and everybody goes through cycles like this. when the urges hit. What you should do when that happens is that you should stop trying to fight it or even reacting to it. You should just be mindful, take a deep breath, and just observe what is happening. Just observe what you are feeling. Don't react, don't act. You don't have to take any action. Just sit through with the urge and then see it melt away, because it will eventually go away. You don't have to fight it, you don't have to act on it, you don't have to listen to it. Just let it go away. But even if it doesn't go away, the next best thing or the effective thing you can do, not the next best thing but the best thing when it is still not going away, is to go outside, hang out with a real friend or family member. Go outside, go out for a walk, and think about and contemplate about what you want in your life, what you want to what is your desire for life, and what you are actually feeling lustful to. Not what your urges toward porn are, but what your actual lust are, what your actual desire is, attraction is toward. And instead of fighting the urge, just try to figure out a way how you can improve your life, achieve the success that you want to achieve, and use that success to get the girl of your dream that you want to get if you already don't have a partner. But the most important and primary thing you should do when urges hit is to just take a deep breath and just observe the urge and just let it go away. Don't react to it, don't act on it, and don't try to fight it. Just let it go on its own, because it will go away on its own. But if you truly want to beat your addiction, you have to understand the real reason behind why this addiction works and how this addiction gets developed, and how it really brainwashes you into being dependent on it. So, so for that you have to understand the real reason behind why this addiction works, and for that you have to click the video on the screen right now where I explain to you the real reason why this addiction is working. So click here to watch this video now. Click, 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 click.